I'm biracial and I'm proud. I'm biracial and I proclaim it loud. I'm biracial, no hate can keep me down. No matter what my haters say, I proudly rep both of my races today. I'm biracial and I'm proud. I'm biracial and I proclaim it loud. I'm biracial and no hate can.
Salam alaikum, YouTube. What's cracking? It's your angry biracial back with another video. Forgive the janky setup. If y'all don't know, my basement was flooded, so I set up in a new area, and you're gonna hear the sump pump in the background. So I'm trying to work around it. That's why I got this background in the back, because just a bunch of nonsense is going on in my background because my basement was flooded. But I am going to react to an old video of mine because of this. Because of this right here. Where is it at? Where's it at? Remove, add to stage. Because of this right here, right? A video of mine was taken down, right? I posted a video. Good morning. I posted a video about brown kids laugh as they beat a black girl unconscious. These Hispanic kids were laughing as they beat this beat this black girl unconscious. He picked her up and slammed her head against the table, and they were laughing at her. They were calling her the N-word. And I reacted to that video, and YouTube took it down. So I'm gonna react to an old video of mine where this black man is literally saying that we should delete all black women ages 20 and up, so they can groom younger black women to be their slaves. His video was still up. I was sure it's still being up. His content is still up. He is calling for the mass genocide of black women 20 years older and up. Yet his videos are still up. These are Black Manosphere videos. But I react to and say my disgust with Latino kids beating on and calling, sorry, someone's calling me, beating on and calling this young black girl with racial slurs and beat her until she gets knocked out. Yet my video is taken down. So I'm going to remove myself off the screen. I'm going to let y'all watch this reaction and enjoy. Salam alaikum, YouTube. Was cracking it, your angry biracial, back with another one. Yo, it's Ramadan Mubarak, and shout out to all my subscribers and fans, and hope you all having a happy Ramadan. Yo, I was tagged in this video in on TikTok, and this is some horrific stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Let's get into this. This needs to be talked about. This is by a black male podcaster, right? This man says the only option left for black men is to unalive black women. I mean, and black men have been doing this. I wonder if this was the plan. If this was like some black male COINTELPRO thing. But let's get into it.
I mentioned this earlier to someone else, but I do want to stress this. There's nothing you can do outside of killing the black women we have right now that will make any significant change in our society.
Y'all hear that, sisters? Said there's nothing he can do outside of killing the black women that they have right now to make a significant change in our society. He is advocating for the murder, for the genocide of black women. And this is a black man.
Once we see the root of evil, which is the black woman, we have to cut her out. You can't chastise her. You can't punish her. You can't discuss anything with her because she's made it blatantly clear that she does not care about you or your well-being or what's best for you. She does not care about the rightness or the wrongness of anything.
So that's a lot to unpack there. He said the root of all evil is the black woman. This is the black man. This is a black man. He has a lot of followers. He has a big podcast. And this is the shit he is spewing. He wants you to unalive black women and get with younger black women. See, this is a predator. He wants to, again, unalive all of today's older black women, all of today's black women that are in their 20s up, and get with the younger black women so he can program them. So that you can program them. You can make them your slaves. You can put them on a black male, put them on a plantation run by a black male slave master. This is what they're advocating for.
She just wants to win. She just wants what she wants. If the system isn't going to change, and it's not, if the female isn't going to change, and she's not, who needs to change? Us, we do. We've tried everything, and we failed. The only thing we haven't tried is violence, and we know that will actually succeed. Historically speaking, it's always been the case.
I mean, black men have been trying violence. That's all black men seem to do to black women. I put the stats out there before. Black women are unalived by black men 3 times more than any other race of women in America. Pregnant black women, it's an epidemic how many black men are unaliving pregnant black women. So this part of their plan, is this the plan that black men are putting forth, the plan that this guy spoke about? Is this some black male prophecy?
When you read the Bible, what does it tell you to do? Kill all the women. Take the younger females as your wives. That's how you rid the world of evil. That's how you control a population to the point where much of the evil within that population won't be passed down to the next generation.
Wow. He said the Bible says that to kill all the women. Astaghfirullah. to control them. It's all about power and control with black men. All they want to do is replace the white slave master with the black slave master. It's all about if they can't get you or convince you or lie to you to get you to do what they want to use violence. Black women, be safe out there. There's a lot more. I'm trying to make sure y'all get the best volume because I've been having an issue with that.
That evil doesn't pass from the father to the child. It passes from the mother to the child. And unfortunately, women create much of the environment that we're in. So all the negative things that we see in our environment, that came from this black woman. And what's awful, what's heart-wrenching.
Accountability is like kryptonite to black men. Always blaming shit on everyone else but themselves. Last time I checked with crime stats, black women are not doing the vast majority of the crimes as black men. Black men, black on black crime is 99% black men killing black men and black men killing black women. All the violence, all the evil perpetrated in the black community is done by black men. I don't know what this guy is talking about.
Is that other races of women are starting to emulate the behavior of black American women. This can't be allowed to continue. If you care about making any kind of meaningful change, you got to consider killing this black woman. And don't do it in such a way as to prevent you from taking action. Don't wait for everyone to agree with you. There are times when you just have to be the first to do something, even though you might risk being the only one to do it, which I guarantee you will not be the only one killing black women. Trust me. Those who've always done God's work, the creator's work, maybe, those people have always been ostracized, never been the majority. They've always been the minority. They've always said the most.
Y'all heard it? He is advocating. He's acting like he's some prophet. You know, that he's doing God's work to take out and unalive black women. He is telling other men to do this, to take out black women, because he feels that it's God's holy work. It's God's divine work. to unalive black women and just restart. Because in his mind, black women are evil. In his mind, black women are the root of everything. Because again, black men have no accountability. I'm trying to interrupt less, but some of this stuff is so outrageous that it's that I have to say something about it, man. Why isn't this guy behind bars? He is advocating for black femicide. Is what he's advocating for. And the fact that he came from a black woman, he came from the womb of a black woman, and he hates the very womb that bore him. It's ridiculous. Crazy, man. Crazy, man.
Unpopular things, even though those things were exactly what needed to be said. And in the end, they've always won. Are there going to be sacrifices and mortars and blah, blah, blah? Of course. Sure. But what side of history do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side of history that empowered these hateful, evil Black American women to do even more evil? Or do you want to be on the side of history that culled the herd of evildoers and brought order, sanity, and righteousness back to society?
He is using words like cold the herd. Like, black women are not even human beings to him. They're just animals that he can cold. Racist slavers, racist white men use the same type of terminology in regards to all black people. And now these black men are using this same type of destructive, violent terminology to try to dehumanize black women, to just, to make it easier for them to unalive them. Oh man, let's keep going. This is ridiculous.
I know what side of history I want to be on. Even if I died the same day I started cleansing the land, I know what side of history I would be on. I did something good that needed to happen. Anyone that isn't going to kill a black woman is contributing to the destruction of our value system, of our society. They're contributing to the destruction of the next generation. When you refuse to kill Black American women, you're saying yes to evil. Yes.
Wow. It's not often that I am at a loss for words, because I'm an author. Words is my thing. But man, y'all, Allah, black women, protect yourselves. Look, I never agreed before, because maybe I was ignorant to all the things that black women go through. But when I heard that black women say that they should abort black males, I never agreed with that, because I was like, that's pretty harsh. But now seeing stuff like this, hearing stuff like this coming from black men who have a huge following, and seeing the stats of how black women are being unalived, how black femicide is a fucking thing, how black women are becoming an endangered species, I have to agree. You have to stop the threat at its root. Stop birthing these degenerates. I know that may be hard to say, because these are your sons. These are your beloved family members. These are your uncles. These are your brothers. But most black men won't protect you. A lot of black men, I can't say all, but a lot of black men think like this. And how do you know who was who? How do you know? I think Muhammad Ali said, if he is in a room and there's 10,000 snakes coming at him, and they all want to bite him, and there's only 3,000 of those 10,000 that don't want to bite him, does he just sit there and wait for those 3,000 to surround him and protect him? Or does he go in the other room and slam the door on all 10,000 of them? I think it's about time for black women to go in the other room, slam the door on black men for their own fucking safety at this point. I think it's time. It's been time.
To homosexuality and transgenderism being forced on children. You're saying yes to men being even more enslaved to women as well as the system. You're saying yes
I have yet to hear or see a black woman, a single black woman, advocate for homosexuality and transgenderism being forced on children. I have yet to see one single black woman agree with that. This guy's pulling shit out of his ass.
As to further losses for our rights and freedoms. But back to what I was saying, I had to step away for a second. No one's going to spell it out for you like what I'm doing right now, because everyone wants to say what's politically correct. But you have to remember, women are the ones creating what's politically correct. Women are adverse to the truth. They don't believe in freedom of speech, and they never have. So when you begin to tell the truth about our situation as men and about the deeds of women, women would do everything in their power to silence you.
This sounds like a whole bunch of violent crybaby incel bullshit. You know, men have always ruled the world. Men are at the top of the food chain. You know what I mean? And men have always been the top of food chain. Women have found a way to exist and fight tooth and nail for what they have today in a world dominated by men, in a world dominated by misogynists, in a world dominated by men exactly like you. This guy sounds like a disgruntled old white man that is upset that the color of his country is changing. This man is upset that women have rights to do things. That he can't control women anymore. And no woman wants you. So your response is to go kill your own race of women, right? Feminism was a response to male oppression of women. That's what it is. Feminism was a response to male oppression of women. Just like the civil rights movement, just like the original Black Panther Party was a response to white oppression of black people. I think the Black Panthers formed to protect their neighborhoods from racist cops and the KKK coming in and killing their people. You know, all these groups that fought for rights formed in response to people trying to take away their rights, people trying to treat them like they're subhuman. You know, and a lot of men today don't seem to have changed. It's ridiculous, man. He's advocating for the mass genocide of black women.
So you've never heard people speak like this openly. You've never heard anyone tell the truth about what we need to do to erase true evil from our society. There's no way around it. You can't lead women onto the path of righteousness. You have to take those who are truly evil and wicked, which is the Black American woman, and you have to chop their heads off. You have to remove them. And not.
He said you have to chop off the heads of Black American women. Man. Yo. God. Yo, Allah. You know, I've always said that the state of women today is in direct response to men. I said before that black men broke the black community, and black women had to adapt to that and adjust to that and rise above that. Black men have always left black women hanging, have always stranded them, have always beat them, have always abused them, always treated them like shit and never protected them. And black women had to find a way out of no way and still raise ungrateful black males like this fucker, and still raise people that hate them like this fucker, and still fight tooth and nail so ungrateful pieces of shit like this piece of crap can eat. So you can have the clothes on your feet, then the clothes on your back, the shoes on your feet, so you can live. And then how do you repay your black mother? How do you repay the black women that nurtured you and cared for you? You talk about cutting their heads off. The state of women today in America is because men failed. It's because today's men are a bunch of bitches. Today's men are a bunch of pussies. Today's men have failed women and society in general all over. But no one wants to talk about that, though. They want to blame it all on the women. It's ridiculous. Y'all want to be alphas, but you want to talk about unaliving women.
Not with hate in your heart, but with the understanding that you're creating a better future for everyone. Imagine that. A whole generation of females brought up to respect men and not to try to destroy men. A generation of females who don't look at men as just a source of income or a slave of some sort. A generation of women who cannot and who would not dare to take what they did not work for. No more alimony chasers, no more child support chasers, because such things will be deleted from.
So pretty much not holding men accountable and making black women slaves. That's pretty much what he said, you know. And in order for him to do that, he has to unalive all of today's modern black women and take advantage of the younger black women so he can indoctrinate them. I mean, maybe this explains why so many black men like younger black women. Does that mean like younger women in general? Because they can control them, they can manipulate them, they can make them be a certain way because they're young. You know, this is disgusting. It's horrible.
From our society as well. Just a bunch of women who understand in order to benefit, they have to contribute. They have a role in society that was decided by the creator himself. Go against that role, you will be deleted. That's a beautiful future, one where real families will exist. Loving mothers and loving fathers working together to raise children. Children having to benefit.
He said that's a real future. He's describing, a future where black men are the slave masters of black women. Where black women are nothing but cattle and are nothing but doormats for them to impregnate and for them to cook and clean for them. He wants black female slaves, and he will go to any lengths to get that. Unfortunately, this is a popular black male mindset, and maybe it explains all the deaths.
Orderly society and family, children that will reach heights that we can't reach ourselves in this lifetime because of the foundation we built for them. We can't have any of that if black women, black American women, continue to live. None of that's ever going to exist. You'll never see another happy person, especially a happy boy or man, if black women continue to exist. You'll never eat at another quiet restaurant if black women continue to exist. You'll never be able to enjoy the pool at any establishment without hearing loud people if black women continue to exist.
Man, he is playing on all the black stereotypes, on all the stereotypes that white supremacists have against black women. He is playing on all of them. This is, again, who needs white supremacy when you have black men? Black men are the new white supremacists. And black women are the only thing standing in black men's way for becoming the absolute white supremacist. You know, the absolute next step in pushing a white agenda. And black men feel threatened by black women. Black women are the true. Well, you know, I'm not big. I didn't watch Black Panther, but Dora Milaje, whatever, those black female warriors that guarded the king, that guarded the realm. That's what black women are in real life. They are guarding the gates. You know, they're protecting blackness. They're protecting black culture. They're even protecting men that don't deserve them. You know, and they are the ultimate threat to these black white supremacists. You know, it's crazy.
You'll never know what it's like to get along with strangers, to speak openly about a problem without being attacked by a confrontational individual if black women continue to exist. Once black women are gone, at least these specific black women that we have here in America, all these good things can come and flow into our lives, into our society. Why don't black children smile the way they should? They're never happy. They're always uncertain of themselves, especially.
Maybe black children, I see a lot of smiling black children, but maybe the root cause of that is because they don't got fathers. Their fathers abandon them. Their fathers check out. Their fathers don't want them. Their fathers abuse them. Their fathers unalive them. Their fathers grape them. Maybe that's it. Because there's a hole in their lives because they're missing the father figure. Because black men, unfortunately, have a long history of not being fathers. So maybe that's why you don't see a lot of black children smiling. Maybe that's why when you go to a park, and if you're a single man with no kids going to a park to watch kids, that's something else. That's a whole different other conversation. But you seem like the type of creep to do something like that. If you see a bunch of black kids not smiling and having fun, you see them staring at the kids that are playing with their father, that's a big indicator that black men again have failed.
Black boys. They feel guilty just for being male because they were raised by a black woman. And the only black males that thrive under the rule, the tyrannical, wicked rule of the single black mother, is little homosexual black boys. They adopt the mannerisms, the mindset, and the same hatred for black men that they get from their mother. They adopt all these negative traits from their mother, completely destroying their manhood. As long as black women live, no good things will be allowed to flow.
Damn. You know, I'm gonna let this keep playing because, like, what can you say to shit like this? This radical cult hate black women, and he said he wants to cull black women. That is ridiculous.
It's always going to be the very thing you need to do to fix society that society will work hard to hide from you. They don't want you entertaining ideas that you should use violence against the most wicked, evil people within our society, which is the Black American woman. They want you to instead believe that the only way to change things is to kiss her feet and worship her, which is the only thing that we've been doing, period. Anyway, worshiping someone that looks down on you, that hates you so openly, will never change that person's perspective of you. All you're really doing is you're validating their opinion and their feelings towards you, making them feel like you deserve to be hated and pitied and looked down on. You deserve to be mistreated or abused in some way. Nothing will ever stop until you start killing people, specifically black women.
He said the word kill, coal so many times in this. And again, if you look at today's crime stats, maybe this is already taking place. Maybe him and a group of other black men are already trying to implement this. Or maybe black men's violent, evil behavior is just already coming out, you know? Because anyone who can advocate for this is crazy and should be locked away and should be watched, should not be able to be in public society. The fact that he's still out here walking around after posting this says a lot about what society thinks about black women. You know, says a lot about how society feels about black women. It also speaks to how black women are not protected at all. If some fucker can walk around and say these things. Let's finish it up. Ridiculous.
Look at history. Whenever there was an oppressed group of people, those oppressed groups of people never got their freedom, never got any liberty until they started killing their oppressors. I hate to tell you this, but you should know by now that in today's society, our oppressors are female, specifically the black female. Many good things can happen in the future, but not until we delete her.
That is a man that hates himself. That is a man that hates everybody. That is a man that, man, I can't even. Protect yourselves, black women. Protect yourselves at all times, because there are men out here like this. This guy's name is, his name is, I can't even say it. Man, my speech impediment is getting me. But actually, let me show it. Let me show it. Let me show some links to this guy so y'all can get the word out on this terrorist. This is what he is, a terrorist. Make sure y'all can see. Let's go to his channel, his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. This is his YouTube channel. He has 819 subscribers on here, 145 videos. This is the stuff he talks about. And I guarantee you he was a big supporter of Kevin Samuels. No, because this is what these type of guys like.
I mentioned this earlier to someone else, but
see what else you know about him. But anyway, I gotta feed my kids, but I had to share this with y'all. Black women, stay safe. That was an older video that I did on that, and I wanted to bring it up now because of how ridiculous YouTube is in trying to censor any content that exposes black men for their violence against black women. Right? And look, I'm gonna put this back up here again. Where's it at? This one. Again, when I talked about how black women are unprotected, when I showed these Hispanic kids beating on and calling this black girl the N-word while they're beating on her and laughing at her, they took my shit down. They said it violated YouTube's terms and policies. But black men like him, there's a whole hashtag filled with hateful Uncle Ruckus pieces of shit like him calling for and advocating for the mass destruction of older black women. They want to groom younger children, younger black girls to be their personal sex slaves. But that's not taken down at all. That's allowed all the time, right? And underneath this post I made when I showed this, a black man came on there. You know, a guy from the manosphere came on there. He said, "Well, I don't like how you're blaming all of the manosphere for what 20% of the manosphere is saying." And they always come with these fucking excuses. I'm like, let's take what you're saying, there's only 20%. But 80% of y'all are fucking silent. And your silence on it is compliance with it. So it doesn't matter if it's only 20%, if 80% of y'all are sitting on the fucking sidelines while black men are unaliving black women, while black men are openly talking about the mass genocide of black women, then you're just as fucking guilty. Just as guilty. You know? And Ebzor say, oh, it's just a small amount. It's just a loud minority. But the majority is silent. Is silent. Your silence is agreeing with it. Why am I, a half black man, a biracial man, speaking out more against this than black men who come from black women? You know, but they want to get mad at me. They want to get mad at me for calling them out for it. It's just, to me, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm gonna post this link because Alex wants to come up and anyone else wants to come up, have anything to say about this, let me know. But I've been censored a lot on YouTube. My streams, my views are dropping. They're shadow banning my ass. They don't like what I have to say. Here, I'm gonna take you all to that to their hashtag where they got nothing. Where they got nothing but other men like this spewing the same shit. Hold on, let me present. Screen share. I think it's right here. See if y'all can see this. This is their hashtag. Oh. And if any of my moderators in the chat, please get rid of some of these people that are just talking shit. So this is their hashtag where we're right here. The hashtag is nothing but black men talking the same shit, calling for the eradication of black women, blaming black women for all their problems, talking about that black women are not worthy of protection, the black women are this, black women are that, but no accountability. They have nothing to say about how the reading stats among black boys and black men is abysmal. How 90% of them can't read at a fucking 8th grade level. Yet they're on here talking about black women. I'm gonna bring up Alex. What's going on, Alex?
Nothing much. I've been watching the stream, and only thing, and the thing I have to say about this is most black men have a problem when people start telling the truth about them. Most of them do. We cannot, just say it's the loud minority anymore. We can't say that. We can't say that anymore, because like black women, I've seen so many stories of black women being unalived by a partner that they love and everything, but most of them were unalived by a black man, and that's something that they do not want to be put out there. And here's another manipulation tactic too, angry biracial. When it's another person of another race that does it, you see the men in the manosphere and their pick-me-shas go ahead and try to fear-monger the rest of black women. And I caught on to that. That's why I say I will not, because I love black women, and I would rather marry a black woman that's educated over a black woman who worships black men all day. Because I ain't got no time for no black male worshiping black women. And I'm not, if we do have kids, I'm not raising them to worship black men. That's done.
All right, well, 1 second, Alex. Manna, what's going on?
Yeah, how you doing? AB,
I'm
I've been
doing
watching this live, and it's really sad because I have a son myself, and he's a teenager. And it's like, just to think about it as being a black woman, imagine raising your son, and then when your son get older, he turns around and be like this. And so it's like, it's really a sad time that we living in, because even me as being a black woman, I work a job where I'm constantly out in the field. And sometimes I need help with my job, and black men will walk by me and not even help. And it'll be some other race that will come and help and be like, I got you. And it's really sad that we have to live in a place that's like this. We should not be against each other. We are better together than separated. And we don't even see that it's the other people that's using us to be against each other. And we don't see that. We don't get that. We don't even really hate each other. We love each other. But we let other people, because we are easily distracted, and we like to sit there and do the get along, play along, get along game. We'll go along with some of this stuff knowing that it's not right. You know you have a daughter that's black. You, even if she's not black, just respect anyway. You're supposed to be there for your people. Imagine your mom. You have a whole black mom. You are a black man. You're not a mixed. Even if you are a mixed race, you are a black man. You should be respecting all races at all times. But not only that, respect where you came from, your mother, which is a black woman, and that's the
But my
saddest
mother.
thing now. That
Are you talking about my mother? My mother isn't a black woman. Are you talking about me?
no, I'm talking about mothers. That's period.
Oh,
Mothers,
okay, okay,
period.
okay.
I think that black men, period, either if they are mixed race or not, even if you are fully black, you should respect where you come from. You if you have a white mother, you don't see a white man out here disrespecting white women. You don't see
Right,
Chinese men out here disrespecting Chinese. You don't see
right.
no one else doing it but the black men. And it's like, are you crazy? Because do you see this
Right.
yourself? And then they try to flip the script and say, hey, y'all were against us.
Hello? You there? Did something happen? I can't hear you. Well, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if your mic dropped or something. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and I think it's sad. I've said this before. It's sad that someone like me, who was biracial, who did not come from the womb of a black woman, is more proactive in protecting and black women than black men are. You know, I always felt that it was my duty as a biracial person, and I may get a lot of pushback for this from the biracial community, because a lot of biracial community disagree with me on this. But I always felt that it was my duty as a biracial person to try to bring my genetics back to blackness, and that's exactly what I did. And I get so much hate for it. It's just disgusting. And the same black men that hate on biracial people are the same ones that are hating on and destroying and deleting black women, are the same ones that are mass creating biracial people by sleeping with white women or other races of women, and then abandoning their biracial children with other races of women. It's just, these men are disgusting. These men are fucking disgusting. And let me say this. It is not all black men. Again, because a lot of people get on my channel and say, oh, you generalizing all black men. It is not all black men. There are some great black men out there. Some black men that are good fathers. Some black men that love their black wife. I'm speaking about the ones who are silent. I'm speaking about the ones who put out this type of content, and then all the other black men, the supposedly good ones, don't say shit about it. Don't take time out of the day to say, hey, that shit is fucking wrong, and most of us are not like this. They allow those evil red pill manosphere incels to control their image as black men, and they say nothing. And then they get mad at men like me, mixed men like me, who come out and call them out for it. Well, they call us simps for wanting to protect black women. They call us simps for loving women, for not hating women. I mean, but maybe if the world had more simps, women would be a lot safer. Alex, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So what else you want to say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted to give the other person a chance to speak.
And I also want to say this too. When you think about it, when you really think about, and I'm starting to think about what happened to Imani Robinson, and now I'm starting to think, and I'm like, did the man even love Miss Robinson at all? And then I start to think about Alicia Watts, and I'm starting to think that black men who listens to, the manosphere, I'm starting to think that yes, because think about Angry Biracial. Alicia Watts was hidden from the people until August the 24th. And then when they discovered what happened to her, she had little to no, you know, evidence of being hurt at all, because her corpse was, oh man, her, because when they found her, she was already decomposing. So they couldn't find out what happened to her. But I know what happened to her. Her boyfriend decided, because because you know she found out something about him. Next thing you know, she winds up missing, and they find her in the back of a graveyard site.
Hmm.
That, and the thing of it is that angry biracial. When they found her, did you hear any of the pygmies who defend the black manosphere come out?
No, I'm not really familiar with the case. I've been busy with moving, and then I went to Detroit to look at some property. I was gonna buy a I'm gonna buy some property there to build a women's shelter. So I was dealing with that. Then I got back and my basement flooded. So I've been really busy, but I will definitely look into it and maybe do a reaction to that.
Well, yeah, they found her, and she was already decaying, and you know, all the leads point straight to her boyfriend that did this. So it's like I can definitely say that it's most black men who listen to people like Mr. Augustine. It's
Well,
most of them that do.
what's the name of that sister you said that was deleted?
Alicia Watts.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe I can react to it now because that sounds horrible. But I'm posting a link down. If anyone else who wants to come up, I'm gonna see if I can look for this video so we can talk about it, about Alicia Watts. But also, again, forgive the noise in the background. My for those who don't know, my basement flooded, and my whole office is on the other side of my basement. My whole setup, and it's in the water right now. My sump pump in the back is working overtime to get everything cleaned up. So you hear that in the background a lot. So yeah. Well, I can't find. I see lots of videos on it. Oh, it's my screen is still sharing. I see lots of videos on it, but I got to be careful which videos I react to because some might have copyright on it. So I will definitely add that to my list of stuff to react to. Let me see, Alicia Watts. Unless you guys want me to react to it now, I can find one. But it's just. Let me see. Let me find one. Talking about this happened about a year ago, right?
And she disappeared in July of 2023, and she was found at the end of almost at the end of August in that same year.
Hmm. Dang, man. And and her mother just recently passed too. It's horrible. Oh yeah, I will find a what's called here. There's a video right here that we can check out. Give me 1 second. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Get caught up on these comments. All right, I'm gonna share the screen and we're gonna watch this video about Alicia Watts. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Undetermined, that is what is listed as the cause of death for Alicia Watts. Authorities released her autopsy today, more than 6 months after she was found dead in Montgomery County. And the news is hitting hard for Watts's family. Meantime, her boyfriend, James Dunmore, remains in custody, charged in her murder. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said he was arrested on August 24th, the same day her remains were found in a rural area near Norman. His attorneys in January asked a judge to lower his $1 million bond. And for more evidence showing how Watts died, the judge agreed to expedite the case and set a 45-day window for the state to share information. And that brings us to today and the release of Watts's autopsy report. Here's WCNC Charlotte's Tradisha Woodard with what the findings mean to Watts's family.
Well, this medical report is what Alicia Watts' family says they've been waiting on for months. It's the last piece to a puzzle, a piece they say still leaves behind a mystery.
Grief.
What is peace?
It's the price we pay for love.
We're angry, we're devastated. We have so many questions.
A deep sorrow Tammy Utley has been submerged under since July 19th, 2023. It's the day her big sister, Alicia Watts, was reported missing, remembered by the prettiest thing she ever wore, her smile.
She was smiling, she was happy, she was dancing. She looked beautiful, as always.
The autopsy report from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services shows Watts' skull was detached, body entirely decomposed, and she was missing teeth. The report also says findings from the scene and autopsy showed no apparent injuries, listing the cause of death as undetermined.
Stab wounds, gunshot wounds. You can still see those marks on the skeletal remains. Well, you don't have anything left but the skeletal remains. There is very little to utilize in an autopsy to determine what happened. So that is undetermined.
Carla Dees is a coroner in Lancaster County. She says most undetermined autopsy means answers can't be found through the body's anatomy.
Unless someone confesses to a crime down the road and you can use the confession, you still won't have the pathoanatomical findings to match up to that.
It's a hard reality to face for the family left behind.
Trying to navigate through our, day-to-day routine, but still, this is weighing so heavy on us now.
Tradisha Woodard, WCNC Charlotte.
Wow, man.
This is
Hold on, let me get this out of here. Wow. And that brings me that brings up something that I wanted to talk about, because that was just horrible. And I react to stories like this all the time. Thank you, Alex, for bringing that to my attention. I'm gonna say this one last thing and then I'm going to end it. But let me show this, because no one talks about this. No one talks about the hundreds of thousands of Black women and girls that are missing. No one talks about how horrible the trafficking stats are, and how the vast majority of of those who are trafficked are Black women and girls. No one talks about these things, but yet Black men, the ones who are supposed to be protecting the community, are out here talking about how to get over on women, talking about how bad women are, instead of worrying about all the missing women. Let me see if I can pull the stat up. No, it's not that one. 1 second. Let me remove this from my studio. These stats are horrific. Is this it? Here it is. These stats are horrific. Let me put this down. It says, according to FBI, 57.5% of all juvenile, I'm not going to say it because, it's YouTube, arrests are Black children. So 57.5 of all arrests for I'm trying to say this without getting hit from YouTube. Y'all can see it up there. Are Black children. So that means Black men are out there pimping Black children. If 57.5% of all juveniles who are on the street arrested for that are Black children, that speaks loudly to what Black men are doing with their children in their community. 40% of trafficking victims were identified as Black women. Black people in general make up about 15% of America's population. If you cut that in half, black women make up 7.5% of America's population. Yet 40% of all the trafficking victims in America are black women. So let that sink in. I'm going to channel my inner Dr. Umar and say this shit again. 40% of all trafficking victims were identified as black women, yet black women only make up 7.5% of America's population. Black femicide should be an epidemic because it's happening on levels that we can't even seem to understand. Black children and black women are the main ones being trafficked in America. They go missing every single year, and no one does a goddamn thing about it. Black men are not talking about this. But black men are not out there raising awareness about this. Black men don't give a fuck that their mothers, their daughters, their aunts, their schoolyard kids are going missing, and it's because of sex trafficking. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. And check this out. At the very bottom, and very bottom said, an interview with the Urban Institute of Traffickers admittedly believe that trafficking black women would land them less jail time than trafficking white women if they're caught. So this is the justice system saying you will get less time if you traffic black women and girls, because black women and girls don't matter to us. But if you traffic white women and girls, we're going to throw the fucking book at you. The fact that these pimps know that they can get less time or believe they can get less time for abducting and trafficking black women and girls than they would of a white woman speaks volumes to how the system views black women and girls, how black women and girls are unprotected. Yet these motherfuckers rather get online and talk about biracial people. They rather get online and talk about single mothers that they're creating. But they don't want to address these issues. That it's black men trafficking women and children, their own women and children. That's black men deleting black women at astronomical rates. That because of black men, black femicide is a thing, that black women are 3 times more likely to be assaulted or deleted by a man than any other race in America. 3 times more likely to be deleted or assaulted by any other man in any other race in America. That's black men doing this. You know, they never address these issues at all. They want to get online again, talk about single mothers that they're creating, talk about child support for being held accountable for their own children, but they ignore these issues. And it's disgusting. And then they get mad at men who are calling this out. They get mad at men who are saying, focus on fixing your fucking community. Focus on uplifting black women. Focus on calling out the pieces of shit that are trafficking black women and children. No. They don't want to change that. They have become cowards. They've become willing pawns of white supremacy in the destruction of their community. And it's sad. It's sad that someone, that black men are not calling this out. That it takes a biracial man to step in and call this out and check them on it. And that's why they attack me so much. That's why they try to shut down some of my videos. That's why they go after me as much as they do. Because they hate this shit. They hate being called out. They hate being held accountable and being held responsible for their actions. All these men are the first ones to get on social media and claim that they're the alpha male, or I'm an alpha male. Black women need to be submissive. Submissive to what? You are not protecting your community. You are hurting your community, yet you want a woman to be submissive to you. And I'm going to say this, and this may sound harsh, but it's the fucking reality. Black men have not really built shit in America. don't own shit in America. Yet they want to be a head of a household that they don't fucking own, they don't contribute to. They do contribute to. They want the black woman to pay half of everything. They want the woman to pay half of everything on top of taking care of the kids, cooking the food, doing all the household fucking chores. Yet they want to call themselves the man of the house because I pay half of the bills. I'm going to sit here because I have a penis and play PlayStation all day while you do everything else. But you must respect me because I have a penis. That's essentially what it is. It's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry that I went off a little bit, but it's disgusting. I can't stand it. And like for myself, for those who watch me, those who know me, I'm a family man. You know, I'm married. I'm going on 13 years of marriage. I have 5 kids. I'm an active father. I'm an active, loving husband. I talk about my wife and kids all the fucking time because they're integral parts of my life. You know, they're integral parts of my life. And these men, a lot of them who come on here, have never been married. Or if they have been married, they failed at it. And they have abandoned their kids. Yet they want to come on here and give dating advice. How can you give fucking dating advice to anybody if you can't even be faithful to your wife? If you can't take care of your kids? If you can't take care of your household? Yet somehow you want to teach other men on how to be men. It makes no fucking sense to me at all. It angers me. It angers me, man. And these are the dudes that are making all the money on YouTube. Like channels like mine, I don't make shit. I'll be lucky if I make $200 a month off of YouTube, you know, because I'm always, you know, making all these videos. But those dudes that are out there bashing women and those dudes that are saying, hey, you know, these dudes that are never married, that abandon their kids, that are behind on child support, can't pay their $50 a month on child support, are the ones getting on YouTube making all the fucking money. And then these younger generations are like, oh, man, these guys are like Fresh and Fit. Oh, these guys are like Andrew Tate. They're getting on here and they're making all this money. I want to be like them. So I'm going to grow up and I'm going to bash women. I'm going to be a prick just like them. And they spoil generations of young men. They spoil it. You know? And it just, again, it pisses me off. To no fucking end, it pisses me off that these are the voices that get heard. These are the voices that are influencing young men, you know, and I'm going to do a live about the video about Carmelo Anthony, that young black boy, you know, that was defending himself, you know, because, man, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for later, you know, but it's just disgusting. And this lady's right, you know, yeah. And there are a lot of older black men getting online with beards as gray as mine, talking about baby mamas. If you're fucking my age in your 40s, you shouldn't be talking about baby mamas. Shouldn't have any fucking baby mamas at this point. You know, it's again. I'm sorry. If anybody else wants to come up, anyone has anything else to say, let me know, because I'm just annoyed by I get annoyed by talking about it, but by the double standards here, by the hypocrisy here. It just pisses me off. But drop the link. I'm gonna let Alex say what he wants to say, and if anybody else wants to come up and have anything to say, whether you agree with me or disagree, feel free to come up and let's chat. What's going on, Alex?
Yeah, you know, and the thing of it is, we have the story. There are stories of black women and girls who went missing, who are never found, and then you have those who are found. You know, you have those that are happy endings, but the majority of them are not happy endings.
Right.
And the thing about it is that again, man, the black men, most of them, they, at the end of the day, they just want to control women. And that's what Myron Gaines is teaching them on Fresh and Fit. That's what And that's what Kevin Samuels was teaching them. That's what every single part of the black manosphere was teaching them. And look at the stories that you have out now. You have Alicia Watts, who had her life taken by her boyfriend, James Dunmore. We know he did it. And if there are markings on her skeleton, that means something went down between her and him. And she found out something about him. And he went on ahead and did what he did. And
I'm going to look into that case. I'm going to do a full reaction to it. I just wanted to show it for a minute. But hold on, Alex, I know you're in the middle of saying something, but someone said, "Can we discuss Kobe grape case?" Look, I live underneath a rock so much. I don't even know Kobe had a grape case, because I don't really watch basketball like that. I'm too busy. You know what I mean? I don't really get into like that. But I will definitely look into that, and I will talk about it. I'll definitely talk about it. I don't give a damn, but they cussing me out. They do me worse anyway. But I'll definitely look into that. All right, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
But yeah, when and the thing of it is, you have pick-me's out there who will protect the black man at all cost, and that is a problem too, because they are now spewing their rhetoric onto other black women. And now you see the consequences of that. Black women losing their lives. You see black women disappearing. In their cases, you have those that get solved, and you have those that never get solved. It may take 20, maybe 10 to 20 or 40 years for it to get solved, but it's not going to be solved right away. And that's what scares me the most. That's why I'm against the black manosphere in all of its aspects. That's one of the main reasons why I'm against the pick-me's of the black community, because they know what's happening. They just don't want to say nothing. They're just as guilty as the black manosphere. They're just as guilty.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I said thank you, Black Sheep, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, like as I was saying, the pick-me's of the community are just as guilty as the black manosphere. And angry biracial, there is also a double standard too. Whenever a white person unalives a black woman, then they all come out and, want to, fearmonger black women from dating outside the race. But when it comes to when a black man does it, it's like, oh, we want to know his side of the story, or what did she do, or this and that and the third. It's a double standard, and I see it. And that's one of the main reasons why I say it's time to stop coddling black men. If you have a black woman who coddles a black man, take 10 steps back, because she is not your friend if she, coddles black men whenever they do something wrong.
Give me one more, Alex. I agree with you saying. I appreciate you. Manna, well, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I apologize. I was at the park with my baby girl and my phone had died. But first of all, I just want to say commend to you, because you are one of the black fathers that do a lot for their children and most definitely show up where it's need to be showed up at. But I do think that we have forgot that a lot of these men that are grown now were a part of the crack pandemic. They were crack babies. Can we just say that? And a lot of them, I used to work in a jail. A lot of these men, that med line that was in the jail was so long. They had a lot of mental issues.
Mm.
I don't think that we I don't think that black men like to acknowledge they have mental health problems, a lot of them. And I think that they need to get over a lot of trauma things that went on in their life when they was kids. I don't think that they even put that in the forefront, because us as black women, we have that too. I have a lot that I'm going through. I think that us as a community, we put a lot in the back. And I think going through them unaliving the black women and unaliving women, period, that come from self-hate. That come
Yeah.
from things they don't want to be able to get over. That's come from things they ignore. They go on social media and they find people that think just like them, and so they get on their hate train right along with the other people, and they feed that negative energy. But I also really do feel like it's a man behind all this that's distracting all of us with this. They don't put the good black men up there and show y'all that's doing everything y'all supposed to do. They show us all the black men that hates other black women. It's black men out there that will die for us, and you're one of them. That will say, I love black women. I have a black wife. I'm there for them. But they do not show that. They don't put that out there. And so we, as black people and black women and other black men, have to most definitely always be there for people that's like you. Put y'all up there and let people see y'all to show that it is good black men out here. Because we giving too much glory. We're glorifying too many. We're glorifying too many men that's not good. They're not good. We know they trash. They're trash. They belong where they're at.
Uh, and that this system made a good point. Like I understand what you're saying about a lot of them being born addicted to crack, but I was also born addicted to crack. My mother was trafficked. She was a prostitute. My black father found her when she was 17 years old in America, trafficked her, and I'm the product of that. So I think it's it is. Yes, the crack epidemic is part of it, but at the same time, no one forced black men to smoke crack. No one is forcing black men out here to go to delete each other or over what color they're wearing or stepping on someone else's shoes. Black men need to take responsibility and be in their communities more. And again, there are a lot of good black men out there. This is not all black men, but by far, because there are a lot of good black men who are fathers, who are loving husbands, and I'm not talking about those men. But then those men also have to stand up and be out here trying to clear their name, to trying to say, hey, it's not all of us, it's these idiots over here, and we are against them, instead of being silent. Like my wife, she's a nurse practitioner now, but before, when she was an RN, she also worked at a prison, and she would say the same thing. That a lot of the black men in there, that they were on meds, that they were just, they needed a lot of help. But at the same time, they put themselves in a lot of those positions, and I understand what you're saying, but we can't really, like, you can't blame crack
No, and
when
it's
it's
not
black
to cut
man.
you off.
Oh, go
No,
ahead.
not at all. Not saying that's the reason why. I'm
Right.
just saying we're dealing with a lot of mental people, a lot of
Yeah.
mental men. Not saying that crack is the reason. It's a number of reasons. Drugs is like one of the
Right.
many reasons. And yes, a white man does have all of that. I'm telling you, a lot of these men have that. I'm just saying, we're
Right.
talking about black men.
Right. Right.
I think that a lot of us fail to realize we see the red flags with these black men before we even date them. And we know how they're getting down. And we know that it's something mentally wrong with them. Like, dude, you're not getting together after 3 months. You still moving a certain way.
Mm.
I think that we have to also see that too. It's something wrong with these men. It's something, literally. A lot of these men are followers now. We every day these platforms of women hate, black women hate, are getting bigger and bigger.
Right.
And we have to be able to not deal with black men. Don't deal with them. And I'm having to learn that now. You have to not deal with them and stand back and let them have to go through what they go through. Be there for them that need to be there for, but also just stand back and let them go through it. Because it's going to be a time and day when they're going to need us again.
I agree. Let me respond to this comment real quick. There's a lot of good black men. I don't know if that's true. Certainly, there aren't about good ones to partner with. Numbers of good black women. Like I don't want to be one of those channels and one of those people that get on here and just paint an entire group of men as horrible and evil. Yeah. So that's why I want to try to to separate and say, yeah, there are a lot of horrible black men, but there are some that are good. That there are some, that I have in my circle that are amazing men. That own businesses. That they're married to black women. They have great families. The providers, everything. That these men I look up to. So I don't want to cast them in the same light as the ones that we are disparaging. But unfortunately, there are also a lot, I mean, a huge amount of black men that hate black women, that mass delete black women, that abandon their kids. And so I'm trying to find an even balance here. I want to call them out at the same time. I don't want to disparage all black men, if that makes sense. Well, go ahead, sister. I'm sorry, interrupting you.
No, you said it clear. I mean, you do put a even balance in there, and I see that on the page. I see it all. I see you pointing out all wrong on all sides, even if it comes to a woman.
Right.
And I'm grateful. I'm not here for long. I'm just grateful that you did let me get on here and share my opinion, and that it's not a pushback. Sometimes when you share your opinions with other people, it becomes a big fight. But
Right.
I'm grateful that we're able to agree to disagree. And so you have a blessed day, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. I really appreciate you. God bless you. You're right. You do have a lot of men, men who are wolves in sheep's clothing. I talk about that a lot on my channel. But I am going to be winding down this live. I have some other things to do, and the people that are going to get the rest of the water out of my basement are about to be here. So when that's done, I can get back to my regular side of my basement where I got my whole office, like I got my bookshelves, everything. It's soaked with water. So, I'm trying to get back over there and not next to my sump pump. I'm not sure if y'all can hear it. Look, let me remove this background screen I have so y'all can see what I'm dealing with. Because this is a different side. My basement's huge. This is a different side away from my office. But so y'all can see what I'm dealing with. See, look at the back here. Let me get this off. Look at the back here. I'm in a section of my basement that's not very pretty, and over to the side over here is my sump pump. So I'm not sure if y'all can hear it in the background, but it's sucking out the water. So I'm they're about to be here, so I'm going to end this. But before I go, I want to thank Alex for coming up. I want to thank Sister Amanda for coming up. I'm going to thank you all for watching. I'm going to try to do some more lives. Here, let me put this. Let me put that screensaver back up. I don't like how that look. I'm gonna try to do some more live streams, and I'm gonna talk about some more things. But if you want to support the channel, please go buy my new book, The Diary of a House Negro. It is out now. That's the best way to support my channel. I don't. I appreciate when people give us super chats and stuff, but I don't really feel comfortable asking for money from my audience. My audience is predominantly female. You know what I mean? So I don't feel comfortable doing that. So if you want to support my channel, please go buy my book and leave a review. That's the best way to support the work here. And also like and share. So I'm gonna, Alex, I appreciate you being on. I'm gonna play my my outro stuff, so you guys can enjoy that. Again, go to Amazon. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick so y'all know what I'm talking about. My new book is out. Let me pull it up real quick, and then we can end this. But I appreciate you all coming on and listening. I know I haven't done lives in a while, so again, I appreciate it. Let me go to pull my book up on Amazon. The audio is being worked on now. I got an amazing sister name is Tiana Hawley. She is narrating the entire book, and she is amazing. She's amazing. I'm so glad that she agreed to do this book. So someone sent me a private chat. Okay, thank you, Alex. Let me share the screen so y'all can see the book, and y'all can go check it out, please. I appreciate it. Put it up here. Where is it? Oh, stop screen. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow. I haven't done this in a minute. Amazon. Boom. It's right here. This is my new book, The Diary of a House Negro. Please go check it out. Buy it, read it, leave a review if you loved it. If you loved it, then you know, leave a positive review. If you hated it, let me know you hate it. You know, all reviews are great. And my TikTok shop is up. I'm selling autographed copies of all my books on my TikTok shop. So it's Angry Biracial, the same name. So I'm gonna put in my outro stuff. I love y'all, and thank y'all so much. And be sure to check out Alex's channel on YouTube. He does a lot of similar content. So please check him out. And again, thank you. Let me play my outro stuff. If you made it this far, I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Those things help a small, growing channel like mine grow much faster. And if any of the clips that you just saw, or any of my commentary touched you or made you feel some type of way, please let me know in the comments below. As a content creator, I love interacting with my viewers. So don't be shy, comment. Also, my new book is out, The Diary of a House Negro. If you want to support my channel and my work, mosey on over to Amazon, type in The Diary of a House Negro, and get your copy today. It's available in Kindle, paperback, and in audio. This is an amazing story, and I promise you, once you start listening or reading, you won't be able to stop. All that being said, know that your Angry Biracial loves you. I appreciate you, and most of all, stay safe.